Hi guys. Hi guys. It's me, Kim XL, or Madoka from Madoka Magica, and today we're going to be telling story time stories. If you have a story time, if you have a story time, and you want me, if you want to share it, or you want me to share it for you, or whatever, comment your story time down below and I might read it. So it's basically like a shout out. I'll pull up a I'll pull up a ASMR mukbang for you so you guys won't get bored. So yeah. So this is the story of how I almost died. So this was when I was at least in first grade or second grade. So I was like 7. Okay, so I went to the pool with my cousin named Jade, but her name was pronounced Hade. And Hade, I went with Hade, her mom, my mom, and my grandma. And I I I didn't know how to swim at that time. So it was kinda hard. And I didn't know how to swim at that time. I didn't take any swimming lessons. So when we got to the pool, I saw my friends from school. And there was this one guy uh, named Brian, I think. His name was Brian, I think that's how you pronounce his name. He was he was at least in he was at least in 4th or 5th grade. So so and when we got there, when we put our swimsuits on or something, he tried to push me in the pool. But what he didn't know is that I couldn't swim. So the first time he tried to push me in the pool, I hid under under my mom's chair. I hid behind my mom. And she didn't know what was gonna happen. So she just let me hid behind her. And then I felt like I was safe, so tried to get in the pool. I didn't actually try to get in the pool. I was just like gonna go on the stairs to go to the pool. I wasn't actually going to go to the pool. So I was on the stairwell to go to the pool. And then there he was, Brian. He just pushed me into the pool. And I was one step away. No, I was 2 steps away to be getting in the pool. So I fell in. I started splashing for help, and some water got in my mouth, and I couldn't breathe or swim. So I kept splashing, and then my life flashed before my eyes. The next thing I knew, I was on the stairwell to get in the pool. So I figured out that Brian saved me. And he started apologizing to my mom. My whole family that was with me saw. Even my other friends from school. So he started apologizing, like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't know she could swim." And then my mom scolded him. And then she said, "You shouldn't do that. She doesn't know how to swim. Think before you act." And then yeah, we just yeah, I played with my cousin in the pool with my grandma supervising me and her. So yeah, and I was only 7 at the time, and he was about like 9 or 11 or something. Yeah. So I hope my whole family forgets that. Oh, there's that. I hope my whole family forgets that incident. I hope the people that witnessed that forgot about it. And yeah. Hey guys, it's me, Deborah. No, it's me, Kimexo, or Madoka from Madoka Magica. And today we're going to be telling a story time. Now, I know you just came from the video that how I died. So this is actually a compilation, if you can see in the title. I don't have that many stories, but I'm happy to tell you all. Yeah. So, yeah. And I will be putting up an ASMR video so you guys don't get bored. So, yeah. Okay, so this is the story of how I didn't really like my half sister. So this was probably when it was 2001, 2021, or 2022. So I was with my sister, my half sister, Christina, and my mom. So I was holding a bag of flour. And the bag of flour was open. The bag of flour was open. And I was trying to put the flour on the counter, or if that's what I remember. So, and Christina was watching the whole thing. So as I was trying to put the flour on the counter, I couldn't because my arms were too short. I was like 6 or 5, or like I was 6 or 5 at that time. Because that was probably the times I was in kindergarten. So yeah. I was probably 7 too. No, I wasn't 7. I was probably 6 or 5. Cause when I was 7, that's when she had to leave to go back to New York. Cause she wasn't really actually my sister; she was my stepsister. So that's why I call her my half sister. So basically, I was trying to put the bag on the counter, but instead, the bag tilted to the direction of my face. So then when I was trying to put it on the counter, on the side counters, all the flour just poured. It poured on my face. It poured on my face. And oh, little me. My sister laughed. My mom laughed. My sister laughed. Everyone laughed. I was humiliated. I was absolutely manipulated. she laughed and said, "Oh my God, Mommy, you shouldn't have recorded that. Like, what is this? What is this? An Instagram reel? Am I an Instagram reel to you? Am I an embarrassment to you?" The whole bag just poured on me. I whined. I screamed. Ah! Mommy, help! Christina, that's not funny! Oh my God, you're so mean! You guys are so mean! You guys are so mean! I hate you guys. But I didn't actually say I hate you. You guys are so mean. Why are you like this to me? And then my mom helped me. And I don't really remember this, but me and Christina went to the room. I closed the door and turned on the lights, and I attacked her, pounced at her. I tackled her. I pulled her hair. I pulled her hair. I pulled and pulled and pulled. I slapped her. I was like, I was doing kung fu at her. I was doing kung fu at her. I was the new panda of Ninjago. I was the warrior. I tackled her, pushed her on the ground, and slapped her. I'm a savage. I'm an actual savage. And that's the story of how my sister was my sister was my bully, but then became my maid. Oh, that's not all. That's not all. I tackled her even more. I pulled her hair. I pounced at her. Yep. I kicked her. I stomped at her. And yes, I actually did stomp at her. I got in trouble. I got in trouble because I didn't actually. I was like, I put my feet in her belly and like just wiggled it around. So yeah. And then I slapped her again. And I grabbed her shirt. If you don't want to get beaten again, then you have to be my maid. And of course, she said no. And then I pushed her, slapped her, and kicked her feet. And she still said no. But the war wasn't over yet. It wasn't over yet. I was planning to make her life hell. So, of course, I became the favorite child. I always got her in trouble. And when we would always fight in the living room, we would always play in the living room. When she pushed me hard, I screamed for Mommy, and then she got in trouble. Oh my God, sorry for that laugh. And then when we were in our room, I fighted her and pushed her to the ground. And yes, I actually did. And then I asked again, if you don't want to get beaten, then I suppose you should be my maid. And she said no. So then I grabbed her legs and wait. So then I beated her again. I beated her again. I slapped her. I did those same moves I did before. So I asked her again, if you don't want to get beaten, then I suppose you be my maid. There was silence. The silence. She said no again. I grabbed her legs. I tied them up. I pulled her, and slashed, swinged at her. And then I grabbed her collar, and then I got closer to her face. And then I said again, if you don't want to get beaten, then I suppose you be my maid. She said no. I did the same things over and over again until she said yes. She said no again. 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 I got to my limits. I said, okay, you win. But can you come to the upper bunk bed with me? She said yes. So we had a bunk bed and there was stairs on the side. And in my new house, I still have the bunk bed. So we got up this got up the stairs. On the last step, I looked at her. Stop. Before we do this, I just want to see this. And no, we weren't about to do anything sus because our age gap was. And I wanted to get on the bed with her because there was dolls and I wanted to play dolls with her because I was kind of getting a little bit bored fighting her. But then I got an evil plan. Since we were like three yards up, 3 yards up, I smirked, I smiled, and I said, do you want to get beaten again? If not, I suppose you need to be my maid. She said no again. I sighed and said, oh well, this is your final warning, Christina. If you don't want to get beaten again, then be my maid. You know why I wanted her to be my maid? Because I wanted her to clean my dishes, clean my room, and to cook for me. And yes, I actually wanted her to do all that. So then she said no. Then I said, this is your final warning, Christina. She said no again. Then I said, oh well, this is your warning. But I'll let you go off one more time before I can do this. So, will you be my maid? She said no. I chuckled. I laughed. I didn't chuckle, I laughed. Okay. And then I pushed her down the stairs. Yeah, I pushed her down the stairs. Yeah, I pushed her down the stairs. I felt a little evil. And yeah, I pushed her down the stairs. She fell and hit her head on the floor. I smiled. I smirked. I smirked. I smirked and looked down at her. Who's the boss now, Christina? I felt a little bit paranoid, and I was literally 5 at that time. I was 5 and felt that powerful and evil. I said, "You should have been my maid." And she cried. I laughed. I laughed. I laughed. And then I jumped. I jumped at her. And I landed at her body. And I slapped her, and there was more crying. My mom came in and said, "What's that crying?" And then Christina said, "Oh, mommy, boo boo, boo boo." What? Deborah pushed me down the stairs. Why did you do that, Deborah? Why did you do that? Why did you do that? Because she laughed at me. Why did you laugh at her, Christina? I didn't! I just found it funny. Oh my god, I'm done with y'all. Now, figure this out yourself. And I smirked when she left, and then I looked at her. Then a freaking war started, and I fighted her. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. And yeah, that's the story of how my bully became my maid. Yeah. Oh wait, no, that's not the best part. And then I smirked and looked at her. Do you want to get pushed down the stairs or get beaten again? Because if you don't be my maid, then I'll punish you again. And then she said yes, she'll be my maid. And yeah, that's how my bully became my maid. Oh my god, this should be a webtoon story. Yes. Hey guys, it's me, Kamexo, or Modoka from Modoka Magica, and today we're going to be telling you story time. And yes, this is a comp of story time. And I'm going to be putting up Lord Asprecht if for you not to get bored. So let's go. Okay, so this is the story of how my bully became my best friend. And this is a similar story of my last story of how my bully became my maid. And yes, that should be long in a webtoon story. Okay, so I had a bully, and that was my half sister, Christina. Well, she wasn't really a bully to me. She just kind of did bully stuff to me. Every time I tripped, she laughed at me. Every time she laughed at me. Every time I tripped and fell, she laughed at me. Every time She hit me, she laughed, and I was tired of that. So just another daily life of me getting bullied by her. And mind you, this was when I was at least 6 or 5. And she was like 9 or something. Okay, so then so so I so one day on my daily life of being bullied by her, she went up to me and acted nice. She said, "Oh, hey, Deborah. I was thinking we can make something like cupcakes today. Do you wanna try it?" I sighed and I said yes because I really wanted to make cupcakes. Then we got pancake batter and we made the cupcakes. And she accidentally poured um baking powder on me. And yeah. So I got mad. I got really mad. Hi guys, I have to end this video now cuz I have to end this video now cuz basically I got really tired. Like it's literally the middle of the night. It's like wait. Yeah, it's the middle of the night. And if you can see the time in the corner of my screen, it's 6:28. And I'm not saying this is my bedtime or something. I'm just saying that I'm like really tired cuz when I made this story, when I made this compilation, I was at the cinema. Yeah, I was at the cinema and we got really tired after that and we all decided to go to sleep. But I'll make a video when I'm done sleeping. So yeah, bye.